right? You probably have not heard it unless you've been on my channel and watching the last few videos. And so I wanted to get on here live and share what it is because questions are increasing, which is natural and normal with something that's completely new, and people are starting to show interest. So questions start to get asked. If you have questions as we go along, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you're watching the replay, leave the questions there as well. I'd be more than happy to answer them if I'm not answering them in this live stream. I just went live on LinkedIn, and I'm not even sure if it recorded. It looked like it was, but that's a story for another video. Actually, it's a story for no videos. So what I wanted to do is come on here for anyone who's interested in getting more visibility, gaining more authority, increasing their credibility, and doing it in a way that they are not feeling chained to their desk or chained to their phones, constantly scrolling on a screen, social media, and feeling like they have to stay connected constantly, 24/7, 365. In fact, I've seen and been part of conversations recently on LinkedIn in particular where people are talking about even doing polls about what happens when you take vacation. So if you take time off either throughout the entire summer, or if you decide to take some you time and want to take a vacation for a week or 2 weeks, what happens during that time when you step away from social media? That could be LinkedIn, it could be Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, or even Pinterest. So things happen, right? And a lot of the feedback was that those who stepped away, they've either experienced before or they are experiencing that when they get back into the grind, right, of getting back on the social media platform and creating content, that they almost feel like they're starting over. Like they've lost all of the awareness and all of the reach and all of the engagement and just all of the momentum that they had created up to that point, and now it's gone because that's how social media works. Social media platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, they all are created so that you keep the algorithm and the engine running, right? So that's why you might feel so exhausted or feel like, God, do I have to keep posting? I just want to take a break. I don't want to be penalized for taking a break. But unfortunately, you do get penalized by taking a break if you're on social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, where you're posting constantly and creating that momentum, and then you just want to take a break, right? And so what I'm talking about today is YESflix, which is going onto a platform like YouTube and creating a video series, like a Netflix type series, but for business on YouTube, which is why I called it YESflix. So it's Netflix for business on YouTube. If you want something quick and simple to refer to what it is, that's what it is. And so I created this as a way to stand out and to, hi, thank you so much for those of you who are joining live. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please feel free to say hi. I see some of you saying hi in the comments. Thank you for being here. So yes, the reason why I created it is because I wanted to provide a way for women and men to stand above the noise. And this is all coming through from, spending the time on the social media platforms where you just feel like you're constantly grinding and constantly creating content, right? So anybody that you talk to is going to tell you that's what it feels like if they're on there on a regular basis. And someone like me who's been on there for, ever since they were all, launched, it kind of takes a toll on you. So you're looking for ways to stand out, be above the noise, do it in a different and unique way that's going to help you get noticed, right? It's all about creating the content that's going to help you get noticed. And that's what we're in business for, right? We're trying to attract our ideal clients. We're trying to find those clients who are already searching for us, but just haven't quite found us yet. And so this is a way for them to actually do that. And so I created YESflix as a way to be different, be unique, have fun in the process. Yes, you can have fun in business and still be professional, and do so in a way that's going to create engagement and ultimately create leads and sales. Because if you're just blending in with everybody else, then how are you going to stand out and attract those individuals to you on any of those platforms, which is why I'm focusing on YouTube, and that's where YESflix is going to reside, okay? So it's the first of its kind. There's nobody else out there doing this. At least through the research I've done, I've never heard anybody talking about it. And it just kind of came to me well, I started thinking about it a couple of years ago, but really started like coming to fruition because I started taking action. That's the key, right? If you want something to evolve, you have to start taking action, even if it's baby steps. That will lead to something else and something bigger. And so that's what's led me to this point of launching it. In fact, I wanted to wait and make this announcement because I was waiting on like a partnership to come into fruition and be able to announce it as part of this initiative that I've partnered with a digital marketing agency to be a part of this launch. All launches, but it's pretty exciting because it's included in the price. So it's like 2 months of digital marketing expertise with, a fractional CMO, an AI chatbot agent, social media posts, and then in addition to the promotion that I'm going to be doing on the YESflix channel, and then also hey there, thanks for being here, I appreciate it. Thanks for saying hi, and thanks for being here. And so in addition to the promotions I'm doing on the YESflix YouTube channel, and those who participate, once they've completed their series, then I'm going to do an interview that's going to be on my podcast, Scale with Yes. So it's not that you're creating this 10 video series that's going to be fun and engaging and represent not only you and get your brand noticed, but it's going to be developed in a way that's going to attract your ideal clients to you in a way that's going to create engagement. It's going to create binge watching of your videos because of the way that we're going to create it. Okay. Thank you. Hey, thanks for being here live. I appreciate it. Yes, an interview on my podcast for those who participate. So I wanted the people who are involved and people who participate to not feel like they created the series and then they're just kind of like left out there to be like, okay, now what? So I wanted to have ways where you're being promoted and we're driving traffic to your channel. So this is going to be it's going to be a 10 video series. So think of like Netflix. Typically, if there's any Netflix series out there, they're typically 10 episodes, right? So it's going to be a series that I'll help you come up with a name. So my first one is Confessions of an Invisible CEO. We are talking about YESflix, which is a new, I want to say project, but it's not a project. It's a new initiative. It's YESflix is Netflix for business on YouTube. So it's a way for businesses to create binge-worthy videos that get the creators noticed on a completely new level and in a new and interesting way. So it's all going to reside on YouTube. So yeah, you're welcome. I'm doing this for that reason, but it's also to kind of get out of that self-promotion mode, right? And it's something I posted about on, I think, both LinkedIn and Facebook last week, where it's just like, who hates self-promotion? I know not everybody does, but a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, businesses, business owners, coaches, consultants, like the people I typically work with, like we want to be in our businesses. We don't want to be marketing ourselves constantly. So this is a way to allow you to step away from that and let me and my team do the work for you so that you can focus on your business and we can drive traffic to your episodes and this new series that's going to attract your ideal clients on a platform like YouTube that was built to attract your ideal clients. So that's what this is all about. And I wanted to do something that was fun and creative and really tap into something that's not being done. So my episodes, most of them have been recorded, but they're being edited now. So they'll be launched. The first one will be launched this Saturday. So if you're like, hey, I want to see what this looks like in practice, definitely, if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that so that you know that when it launches on Saturday. But it's so exciting because it's the creative juices that you just don't get to use on other platforms. And so, on YouTube, we're typically creating these videos about different topics and they're engaging and, on my end with the business. So I'm not in the entertainment space and I'm not doing product reviews or anything like that. I help people get more brand recognition, create more awareness, get more attention so that they can build their businesses using YouTube as one of their marketing levers. And so, that is the reason why I have created this program. So it will continue to launch. I mean, if you really like the first series, you can always launch a second series, either the same name, different, season, or you can come up with a completely different one. So like my first one is Confessions of an Invisible CEO. And it just kind of goes through like my journey of the people that I attract to me. And I'm going through the problems and solving them in a fun and interesting way. And so it's allowing me to put on my acting hat, which I'm typically not an actor, obviously, but hey, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. And thanks for saying hi. It's good to see you guys here. Um, so it's just a way to do things a little bit different. And so I'm super excited about it. I want the people that come into this world who are going to be the early adopters, right? So if you're somebody who's just like, I'm going to wait and see, I don't know if this is for, like, this isn't for you right now. Now it might be down the road. You might be one of those people who just needs to kind of wait and see how it unfolds for other people, and that's okay. But right now it's all about the action takers, the people who get that like little inclination to be like, yes, I want to do this. Those are my people. Okay, so this is, an early on type thing. People aren't doing this right now. So if you want to be the first, then this is your time to say yes. Okay. So what you get with this, like I mentioned, the 10 videos that I will help you script. I have a team that can help. Well, you'll have one person who edits all your videos. So you're not going to have different styles or different types. You'll have one person who edits your videos, publishes it. Like I said, I've got a digital marketing agency that I've partnered with. So we'll have that 2-month promotion piece built into the pricing of it. Plus, I'll be promoting your trailer on the YESflix channel that then will drive traffic to your channel. So that's part of the marketing piece. And then the podcast interview, which will drive traffic to your channel as well. So I've mixed the pieces together of what I can do to promote you on YouTube through my resources. You're going to be building your channel with this video series that's going to help your ideal clients, the ones who are already looking for you, help them find you. And regardless of where they're at on their journey, which is why we have the 10 different episodes, they'll tap into different pain points along the journey from, I need help, I don't know who to get the help from, help educate them so they can build the know, like, and trust, and then ultimately they say yes to working with you in the end, or they could just go straight from 1 to 10, whatever it is, but they have that opportunity to binge watch your videos in a way that's interesting, in a way that's fun, in a way that gets them engaged in your content. In fact, the way that we're going to build it is going to help you get them to share your content with other people as well. So it's a completely unique and different thing. I've been talking like all day. So I'm like, I should have planned this differently, or at least had some tea to soothe my throat. But so that's what we're going to do. So the scripts, I'll develop this for you. We come up with a actual series name. Something like what I have is Confessions of an Invisible CEO. We'll come up with a series name for you that makes the most sense for you and the people that you're attracting. I will help you write the scripts. I'll do it all for you. Be questions I'll need to ask you. Have a video editor. We can publish the videos for you. So really the only thing that you need to show up for that we can't do for you is the actual recording of the videos. Okay, so we need a real person. We need you. That'll be the time that we do it. So we can either do this all up front, or if you want to break it up and just do like one a week, we can do that too. Now, ultimately, we want to get them published, close together. If it's a new channel or a small channel, we don't want to publish them all at the same time. We want to do like maybe maximum 2 a week, to let the algorithm and the algorithm get to find the people it needs to go out to. Now, if you've got a big channel where it already knows, the algorithm already knows who your people are, then we can send them out there a lot faster. They don't have to be like 2 a week. We can get them all out there same day. If you want to do 1 a day for 10 days, whatever that looks like, we can do that. But the promotion piece is there. So once your videos are launched and the YouTube algorithm's working for you, right? Because they're videos on your channel, it's doing all the work because we'll design it and create it that way so it does it for you. Then we also have these outside forces that are also going to be promoting it for you. Okay, so all of that is to get eyeballs on you, your content, and to get you seen, more exposure so that you are the go-to person in your industry. And that's the whole point behind this. And we're doing it again in a different way that nobody else is doing. So this is the time to jump in. If you are someone who likes to try different things, if you're someone who doesn't have to overthink a response and make a decision, then this is for you. Um, so if you're looking at, how you can get your brand out there, if you want to talk about your mission, talk about your brand, talk about the people you serve, this is a great way of doing that. So if you are interested, you can just leave a comment and say, yes. And then I can send you a link to apply. So anyone who's interested will have to apply because we want to make sure that it's good energy, right? That I'm going to be able to help you, that we're going to work well together and get your content out there, get this whole series out there because it's going to be fun. I'm looking at my notes. Build your visibility, your authority, your client attracting asset. That's what this is all about, right? So we just want to, that's what YouTube's for. You build videos, and when you place them on your channel, you've created them in the way that's going to, get the algorithm's attention. And then when someone clicks on it, it gets your viewers' attention and then keeps them watching longer. So these videos are going to be created in the same way, but we're going to take it a step further and create a series. So think of it as like a part 1, a part 2, a part 3, that type of thing. So that regardless of where somebody comes in, if they see episode 3, and they really liked episode 3, now they'll obviously be prompted to go to episode 4, and it'll be in a separate playlist. But maybe they're just like, hey, what are all the other episodes? And they're going to want to go back and they're going to want to binge watch your video content. Okay. So that is the point behind this, is to help people not only find you, but get to solving their problem or finding their answer or buying the product, whatever it is that you offer, is to help them, connect the dots between where they're at and where you are and ultimately get there faster. Okay. And you're going to have a video that reflects, and a whole video series that reflects you, your brand, and your brilliance, but it's going to be up-leveled, right? Because this is something completely new and different that nobody else is doing. So when someone sees it, they're going to be like, what is this? And when they watch, it's going to be like, interesting. And then they're going to want to watch more of your videos. Okay. And then it's going to continue working for you. Even after we publish that 10th video, it's going to continue to work for you because they're going to be evergreen videos. So evergreen means that it's not time sensitive. It's not season sensitive. Like, it can be relevant today and it can be relevant a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. I have videos today that I created in 2023 that are still getting views, and YouTube shorts included, that are still getting views and engagement. I had a question on one, I want to say it was like 2 weeks ago, on a YouTube short. It was about the green screen. It was 2 weeks ago. That YouTube short was created in 2023. I think it was like January 2023. There's still being viewed and questions are still being asked on it. And YouTube shorts are now being watched on TVs more. I don't get it, but it's the trend. More and more videos are being watched on YouTube on the TVs. So now you've got the mobile, you've got the desktop, you've got iPads or tablets, and then you've got the TV screen. And more views are going towards the TV. So when we're creating a series like this, where you think like your own personalized TV series, and people are watching it on a TV screen, imagine what that experience is going to be like. It's going to be amazing. They're going to love it because we're going to create it so that they do. So this is going to be different than, it's not something that you're going to see with like, Instagram Reels, TikToks, or anything like that. This is going to be completely different. There's not going to be collaborations or brand deals or anything like that yet. That'll be something that I've already thought about and how we're going to, make that happen in the future. But it's really just about creating a movement for you and your brand, right? So it's about getting you out there and getting more people to want to work with you or say yes to whatever your offer or your service is. We're looking at it from the perspective of incorporating the storytelling into the videos, right? Because stories sell, stories connect. Stories create the emotional triggers that get people to watch your videos longer. And so those stories can be anything, whether they're emotional, they could be funny, they could be, interesting, whatever it is, whatever that emotion is. And so those are the pieces that connect the videos the messages, and then also just you as a person, right? So there's so much AI content out there right now that people are looking for real, they're looking for raw, they're looking for relevant, and they just want something to connect to. They want people to connect to. And so that's what we're doing here is we're creating something that's going to be real. It's just going to be conveyed. The message is going to be conveyed in a way that's going to be different, and it's going to be entertaining at the same time in whatever way that you want it to. One of the questions that I asked, I need to put this on my YouTube community page as well, because I created a poll on LinkedIn. It was last week or the week before that, where I asked the question, what genre would your business, if you were to create a TV series, what genre would your business, like, would you want to create, like, for your business? And so it felt like people were just playing kind of safe, and they were just like drama or documentary. And I'm like, I had comedy and I think horror, just to be funny. And so people only chose documentary and drama. And I'm like, why isn't it comedy? Like, people love to laugh, and laughter connects people too. So it'll be interesting because mine is a comedy drama. So I like to overact, and so I do that in here. It's fun because it's different, and you don't typically get to do that in business. So and you're going to have a team. So it's not just going to be you. It's not going to just be me. It's not a DIY initiative. This is something that's done with you. And the pieces like the editing is done for you. And so it's the scripting. And of course, then you obviously have your creative, talent that you can incorporate into that. But it's not like we're going to be starting from scratch and just like writing a script. Like, I'm going to give you your script based on the conversation, the questions I ask you, and then based on the answers that you give me. And then there'll be some tweaking as well. And then the recording is going to be a lot of fun. So if you've got people on your team, whether it's a VA, if you've got like a marketing manager, if you've got a salesperson, if you've got an ops team, whatever that looks like, if you want those individuals to be included as characters, then we can do that as well. Because then it's just going to get you and your team more exposure. But if you're like, nah, I just want it to be me because you want to be the brand, and maybe it is only you, right? You could be the only person in your brand. You either outsource things or you just do everything yourself. This is an opportunity for you to leverage other people to do things for you and get it done for you. And then you get to reap the benefits of getting the visibility and getting your expertise and your talent and your services and your offers out there into the world, again, in a new and different way that no one else is doing this. Okay. And this is for the person who is wanting or ready for that next level. So if you're just perfectly fine with status quo, this isn't for you. If you're someone who's just getting started, this is not for you. This is for the person who is ready to take their business and their brand to the next level. They are ready to say yes, they're ready to move forward, and they're just wanting someone to guide them along the way to get to where they ultimately want to be. So if that's you, then definitely drop yes in the comments if you're here live with me. Again, I haven't seen any more comments come through in a while. So if you do want that, say yes, and then I will send you the link to apply. Again, I definitely want to make sure that there's an energy alignment between you and me, and then moving forward, because it's all about getting you more exposure, right? So I want to make sure that I can deliver that for you. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that we're going to be working together. And like I said, I think I said it early on here. If not, I'm saying it on every single one that I'm doing. I get along with pretty much everybody. So if that's somebody, hey, thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. If that is you and you're like, hey, I want to give this a shot, let's at least have that conversation so we can see if it's a good fit. Okay. But again, it's people who are ready to say yes. You want the visibility. Even if you're not somebody who's good on camera, if you're like, I haven't created that many videos, that's okay. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be showing up on video all the time. You can still do this, and I'll coach you through those steps or those moments where you might need a little bit more coaching, a little bit more encouragement, a little bit more confidence. Like, I am great at that. I am your best cheerleader, your best supporter, but I'm also your accountability partner, right? So it's not like I want you to say yes to this and we start the process and then you don't finish it. Like, I want you to finish it as much as you want to finish it, right? So we'll make sure that you do that in a nice and kind way, of course, because that's how I am. So if you want to join, just let me know. I'll send you the link to apply. Or if you want to just connect with me on Facebook or LinkedIn, you can do that as well. And just see like what I've been talking about. I'm posting videos on my channel. I've got a video coming tomorrow on the channel as well, where I'm talking about just the different, not YESflix in general, but my next video is going to be out tomorrow. So if you're interested in just learning more about me, if this is your first time being exposed to me, then definitely subscribe to this channel. Watch some of my video content. I've got different playlists created. So if you're like, how do I make more money on YouTube? There's a playlist for that. If you're like, how do I get started with YouTube? Then I've got videos in there that are for that as well. And, helpful resources, and hopefully you'll find them valuable as well. But by saying yes to this, it's going to, help unlock, more reach, more revenue, more relevancy, more opportunities, because it's going to get you the exposure on a platform where you're going to get the initial exposure on YouTube, but then through the digital marketing agency and through my promotions, you're going to get it through podcasting, you're going to get it on social media. It's going to go above and beyond just the YouTube platform. So keep that in mind as you move forward, and if you move forward and say yes, okay? But let me know if you're interested. I'll send you the link so that you can apply. Like I said, just say yes in the comments. If so, I'll send you the link to apply. And if you're just like, nah, I'm not ready yet, that's fine too. Just watch my content on the platform, and when you are ready, I will be here. All right. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. I haven't seen any questions come through, but if you do have questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. And if you're watching the replay, as soon as I see any comments on my videos, I always respond as soon as I see them. So just know that there'll be a quick response time. I believe I received the notifications for all of them, but hopefully I don't miss any of them. But if you were here live, I know people have kind of jumped in and jumped out, which is perfectly fine. I get it. This was not a scheduled live stream either. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for listening, being open to the opportunity for something completely new, completely different, and, just being here to support me. So I really appreciate it. Until next time, make today great.